Gayle King recently signed a new one-year extension to continue as one of the hosts of CBS Mornings. However, after signing the extension, CBS made some big moves with her show that seemed to push it backward. Thanks to these moves, Gayle is said to be furious and feels it is a final insult from the network personally geared toward her. Here is what CBS did with the talk show and why Gayle feels it is a personal attack. Gayle King furious at personal attack by CBS. Gayle King signed a one-year extension with CBS Mornings, despite the hints that she might have been ready to leave the network. However, after she signed the deal, the network made some decisions that were considered a downgrade to her show. Thanks to this personal attack, Gayle is said to be furious and might be ready to call it quits on the show. After she signed her new deal, CBS made a shocking move. They ordered her show, CBS Mornings, to return to its former home at the CBS Broadcast Center on West 57th Street. It had previously moved to the glitzy, multi-million-dollar Times Square studio. This is considered a significant downgrade for King's show. Sources say Gayle, 70, is livid with the decision via Radar Online. Gayle is livid. She sees this as a personal attack, they said. She only signed a one-year extension, and this was not part of the deal. They also said the move blindsided Gayle. In retaliation, Gayle has demanded that her dressing room at the West 57th Street location be renovated to match the one she had at the Times Square location. She made it very clear she's not going to be shoved into some dingy little room, they said. She expects the same level of comfort and prestige she had at 1515 Broadway. No exceptions. Gayle King almost ready to leave CBS Mornings. Gayle King was almost ready to leave CBS Mornings anyway. There were rumors she might have been considering an offer from CNN. However, she chose to stay and signed the extension, only to end up with this insulting response after signing the deal. The source said that this was the final insult for Gayle, and she isn't going to put up with anything else. They said that Gayle has some things that will help cushion any fall if she leaves. For one thing, she has Oprah Winfrey in her corner. She has options, and she is willing to fall back on these options if needed. The rumors indicate that CBS News CEO Wendy McMahon made the call on the move. She wanted to cut $500 million before a possible merger with Skydance Media. It sounds like the merger would strengthen and revitalize CBS. It also doesn't help that Gayle King's CBS Mornings has fallen far behind Good Morning America and The Today Show in the ratings, and there is little chance it can catch up and regain any ground. Gayle makes $11 million to host the show. What are your thoughts on Gayle King and her anger at CBS? Do you think her time on CBS Mornings is coming to an end? Let us know in the comments below. Gayle King, one of the most respected and recognizable faces in morning television, has long been a cornerstone of CBS Mornings. Known for her sharp interviewing skills, warm demeanor, and ability to connect with viewers, King has become synonymous with the show's success. However, recent developments have cast a shadow over her relationship with CBS, as the network's decisions regarding the show's production have left King feeling disrespected and undervalued. After signing a one-year contract extension, King was blindsided by CBS's decision to move CBS Mornings back to its former studio, a move she views as a personal attack and a significant downgrade. This decision has sparked tensions between King and the network, raising questions about her future with the show and the broader implications for CBS's morning programming. A storied career and a new contract. Gayle King's career in journalism spans decades, marked by her versatility, professionalism, and ability to tackle hard-hitting interviews with grace. Before joining CBS Mornings, formerly CBS This Morning, King made a name for herself as a television host, author, and editor-at-large for The Oprah magazine. Her close friendship with Oprah Winfrey has also been a defining aspect of her public persona, often positioning her as a trusted confidant and influential figure in the media industry. King joined CBS This Morning in 2012, alongside co-hosts Charlie Rose and Norah O'Donnell. Over the years, she has become the show's anchor, guiding it through various rebrandings and lineup changes. Her interviews with high-profile figures, including R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, have garnered widespread acclaim and solidified her reputation as a fearless journalist. In 2023, King signed a one-year contract extension with CBS, a decision that surprised many given the rumors of her potential departure. Reports had suggested that King was considering an offer from CNN, which would have marked a significant shift. She ultimately chose to remain with CBS, a decision that now appears to have been met with unexpected challenges. The studio move, a personal attack. Shortly after King signed her contract extension, CBS announced that CBS Mornings would be moving back to its former home at the CBS Broadcast Center on West 57th Street. The show had previously been relocated to a state-of-the-art studio in Times Square, a move that was seen as a significant upgrade and a reflection of the network's commitment to the program. The Times Square studio, with its glitzy, multi-million-dollar setup, was designed to elevate the show's production value and compete with its rivals, Good Morning America and The Today Show. The decision to return to the West 57th Street location has been widely perceived as a downgrade, both in terms of the studio's facilities and its symbolic value. For King, the move was particularly jarring, as it came without prior consultation or warning. Sources close to the situation have revealed that King is livid and views the decision as a personal attack. Gayle is livid. She sees this as a personal attack, a source told Radar Online. She only signed a one-year extension, and this was not part of the deal. The source added that the move blindsided King, who had expected the network to continue investing in the show's success. In response to the studio relocation, King has reportedly demanded that her dressing room at the West 57th Street location be renovated to match the luxurious accommodations she enjoyed at the Times Square studio. She made it very clear, she's not going to be shoved into some dingy little room, the source said. She expects the same level of comfort and prestige she had at 1515 Broadway. No exceptions. The decision to move CBS Mornings back to its former studio is part of a broader cost-cutting initiative by CBS News. According to reports, CBS News CEO Wendy McMahon ordered the move as part of an effort to reduce expenses by $500 million ahead of a potential merger with Spagnuts Media. The merger, which is still in the works, is expected to strengthen and revitalize CBS, but it has also necessitated difficult decisions, including budget cuts and operational changes. While the move may have been driven by financial considerations, it has had a significant impact on morale, particularly for King and the CBS Mornings team. The show has struggled to compete with Good Morning America and The Today Show in the ratings, and the studio relocation is seen as a step backward in its efforts to regain ground. For King, who earns an estimated $11 million annually to host the show, the move represents a lack of respect and a failure to prioritize the program's success. King's options and the possibility of departure. The studio move has reportedly been the final insult for King, who was already considering her options before signing the contract extension. Rumors had circulated that she was in talks with CNN about a potential role, and while she ultimately chose to stay with CBS, the recent developments have reignited speculation about her future. Sources indicate that King is not willing to tolerate further disrespect from the network. She isn't going to put up with anything else, a source said. She has some things that will help cushion any fall if she leaves. Among those assets is her close relationship with Oprah Winfrey, who has long been a source of support and opportunity for King. With Winfrey's backing, King has a range of options available to her, including potential roles in television, publishing, and digital media. King's potential departure would be a significant blow to CBS Mornings, which has relied on her star power and journalistic credibility to maintain its standing in the competitive morning television landscape. Her absence would leave a void that could be difficult to fill, particularly given the show's ongoing struggles in the ratings. The impact on CBS Mornings and morning television. The tensions between Gayle King and CBS come at a critical time for CBS Mornings. The show has consistently lagged behind its competitors in the ratings, and the studio move is unlikely to help its cause. Morning television is a fiercely competitive arena, with networks investing heavily in their programs to attract viewers and advertisers. For CBS, The challenge is to find a way to revitalize CBS mornings while navigating the financial constraints and internal conflicts that have arisen. The situation also highlights the broader challenges facing traditional television networks as they adapt to changing viewer habits and the rise of digital media. With audiences increasingly turning to streaming platforms and social media for news and entertainment, networks like CBS must find ways to remain relevant and competitive.